And this Penn Point is starting right. This episode of Penn Point is brought to you by Squarespace. Let them do your website. You know, Christopher Hitchens, who I wish, I want to so much call him my friend, and I think he would be okay with me calling him a friend. He's been over my home. We've talked, we've had dinner, and he is a friend. But I feel like I'm bragging because Christopher Hitchens is such a wonderful, wonderful human being and such a brilliant, brilliant man that I feel like, you know, saying he's a friend is like, I don't know, elevating myself higher than I should be. I'm not fit to even know Christopher Hitchens. He's really the best of us. And Hitchens, I don't even call Hitch. I mean, I guess his friends, his close friends call him Hitch. I call him Christopher. Actually, I probably call him Mr. Hitchens. He's got esophagus cancer, which is a really bad, bad, bad thing. And he's really suffering. And you've probably seen the videos of Christopher Hitchens. There's one on Anderson Cooper, and there's one on Atlantic Magazine, where he talks eloquently and beautifully and very powerfully and bravely about his cancer and his chances. I've been thinking about Hitchens all the time. And somebody put up that there are people who are praying for Hitchens. Now, there are a lot of people. Hitchens is a very well-known atheist. For all the atheist writers, he's my favorite. I actually like him even more than I love Richard Dawkins, but I like Hitchens even more. I like him more than Sam Harris. He's my favorite atheist writer. And there are a lot of people who are praying for Hitchens to get better. And even though, I mean, I think that's nice that they're doing that. But I also read, and I'm skeptical about this, I read that there are people who are saying that they are praying for Hitchens to get sick and die because he's an atheist and because he's an outspoken atheist, and they're praying for him to get sick and die. And I read that, and first of all, I was very skeptical. First of all, I think it's one of the things that atheists will glom onto to point out how bad religious people are, is to say they're praying for the death and suffering of somebody. So I also think that atheists spread that, and I'm very skeptical about how many people would actually say they're praying for Hitchens to be sick. And but my major reaction to that, let's say, and I might be wrong about this, let's say that there are people who are praying for Hitchens to get sick and to die. I mean, I don't know how many that would be. I can't imagine that's more than single-digit people in the world. What that means to me is not how evil and hateful those people are, but it means to me I don't believe they really believe in prayer. I believe that somewhere in their heart they know that prayer is bullshit. They know that prayer does not work. I think that's the only way you could pray for the suffering and death of another human being, is to know deep in your heart, maybe somewhere that you can't even access it, that it doesn't work. I just can't believe there are human beings who would believe that prayer worked deep down in their heart and still pray for someone to suffer and to die. I just don't believe that. And what I'm doing here is a bullshit argument, and I know that I'm doing it because what I'm saying is deep in their heart, even where they can't access it, which means I can't be proved wrong, right? Because even if they say, no, I really believe in it, I can say, but you don't know all the way down to your heart. So I'm not really talking about the people at all. I'm just talking about myself. I think if you think religion is important and you have a political point to make about religion, and you want to say something that gets some press and some attention, and you want to talk about how bad you think Christopher Hitchens is for the world, I think that you can say, as a hype statement, I'm praying for Hitchens to get sick and to die. But I don't think a human being can actually believe that prayer works all the way through, really believe that, and then honestly pray for the suffering and death of another person. I just don't believe that. And I like to be open-minded. I want to say that if you give me evidence, I can change my mind, and I guess I can. But first of all, I'm very doubtful that people have said sincerely that they are praying for Christopher Hitchens to get sick and die. And if they have said that, I have to doubt that they really believe in prayer, because I just don't think that people can have that much hate in their heart. I just don't believe that. And I'm thinking a lot about Hitchens, and I'm thinking about his suffering. And prayer does not work, but I sure do love him, and I sure am thinking about him a lot. So, Christopher, man, get well, man. And this was brought to you by Squarespace. And I want to tell you about this. Squarespace, we have Penn Teller website, and the Penn Teller website costs like $1 zillion fucking dollars a month to have maintained, because we started it forever ago, and we still have the same people, and all of us are too embarrassed to tell them that they charge too much and that we could do it ourselves easily. We could do it ourselves with Squarespace. It's a publishing system for anyone looking to build a blog, portfolio, or any kind of website. You could do Penn Point with Squarespace. To put it in layman's terms, Squarespace is a tool that would allow you, your mom, anyone really, your grandmother, to build a website that has the same functions found as some of the coolest whiz-bang pages on the web. If you already have a site, you want to make it easier to use, no problem. Their newly launched Site Importer tool makes it extremely easy to move sites from other environments into Squarespace. They even have a ton of new social widgets, so no one will forget about your Twitter, okay? So this Squarespace thing is cool. As a Penn Point viewer, you can use the code PENN to get 10% off the life of your order. Go to squarespace.com to get started and tell them Penn sent you.